Also, another big thing that drew me into this movie was I'm actually 25% Native American. My grandma was 100% Cherokee Indian. I have like
Wow.
tattoos all over my body. Very proud of that. So
Let's
there's
cut to a clip
obviously
of your body real quick. Let's cut to a clip.
Too sexy. Holy shit. Too sexy.
Oh, that's great. That's great. What is happening, folks? Welcome to another episode of Whiskey and a Mystery. I am your host, Blake Money Blake Weather, the world's most okayest detective. Nerd detectives, how are y'all doing out there? So good to see y'all for another episode. How are you? I just want to know. Hopefully you're doing good. The world's a crazy place right now. And I just hope that you guys are in a good place. You guys are doing good. I love to hear from y'all. We break down murder mysteries, right? Let me know in the comments if there's one that you guys want to see, because I love to find out about new ones, especially from y'all. But obviously, we're breaking down a murder mystery movie today. And today, we're talking all about... This is an interesting movie. I have an extensive knowledge when it comes to murder mysteries. And this was one of the ones that sort of wasn't on my radar. I didn't even really know about it. I had to go to a list like Reddit and like IMDb, yada, yada. And I have since added a lot more on there. This isn't, I would say, a traditional murder mystery. It's more of a mystery with a murder, but that's okay. That is way okay, especially for the type of movie that this is. And also another movie that would kind of qualify as that would be The Nice Guys, which is also I think on my list, and if it's not, I'm going to add it to cover on this show, because I think that that's appropriately, doesn't have to be, just, hey, murder mystery, we've got a detective character, we can do mystery movies, and I think that that's the fun part about what we're doing here, and I think that's the fun part about this movie, especially with how well it's written. Taylor Sheridan, God bless him, has given us some of the most entertaining TV I think we've ever had in Yellowstone. You guys, everybody love Yellowstone, right? What a great show. And everything that's come from the Yellowstone universe, right? 1923, 18, whatever, 3, all the threes and the 18s are the 19. Like, he's doing just amazing stuff. And this was his first directorial debut. And what a great movie. And I can't wait to get into it. But I can't do it alone. We have some whiskey guests. We have some whiskey nerds on. I said nerds because there's more than one. I can't wait to introduce our guests. But first, before we even get there, they got some rules. What are those rules? Rule number 1, our whiskey guests have to pick a whiskey to pair with this movie, $45 or less. That's easily findable for everybody out there. That way you guys can enjoy it with this podcast. You guys can enjoy it with the movie on a rewatch. I can enjoy it. I can enjoy the movie on a rewatch with this whiskey. Something that's I've not found a bad one that I don't enjoy so far. And I'm very happy about what our whiskey guests pick. Rule number 2, though, not only are they going to pick a whiskey to pair with this movie, but at the end of this episode, they will make an expert pick, any allocation level, any price point, for our whiskey nerds out there, or for just somebody that, wants to have a little fancy in their collection when somebody comes over, when they have a little gathering. Or what? I won't tell anybody. If you just drink on a Thursday, I'm not going to tell nobody. We'll keep that between us. So check that out at the end of this episode. That will be great. But who are our guests today? I am so excited for who our guests are today, because I've been fans of these guys. And I think now we get to call ourselves colleagues and friends. They have amazing whiskey knowledge. I have definitely added to my collection because of these guys. They have such good insight. And I think between the two, they have an amazing whiskey collection. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let us introduce the Whiskey Boys. My friends, how are you doing, man?
What's going on? We're excited to be here.
We're rocking and rolling in all the best of ways. Anthony, Jeremiah, Whiskey Boys, these guys are here. It's great. I was about to just pop into a Trump and wow, wonderful boy. They're doing great stuff. What great people. They're doing great things. American things. That's what we love. But yeah, I before we get into y'all's whiskey pick, before we get into the movie, just give a little background about yourselves. Maybe people don't know how long you guys have been in the whiskey journey. Maybe they just see your short form content. They're familiar with y'all, but like, let's get into it real quick. Jeremiah, let's start with you. How long have you been into your whiskey? Let's call it adventure. I think that's a fun word for today.
Sure. Sounds good. It's funny because me and Anthony are twins when it comes to this story. We actually throughout, we've always loved dining and those kind of things. And so whiskey cocktails has always been part of that journey. And when COVID hit, we were 2020 sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah. What are you doing? Drinking like a pirate.
Yep. In New Jersey, we were doing two things, eating and drinking. So we were grilling steaks every night. And then we decided to we saw the Whiskey Advocate magazine, so the top 20 lists and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so we're like, let's just start trying different, pourers. So we got to try different stuff, and then we started documenting that, and that's how we got to Instagram. But we basically started together trying whiskey neat and, experimenting with that. There's a little bit of in between there as far as like, we didn't just go from, cocktail to neat. We did some ice, and then maybe an orange with just no ice. And then finally we got to neat. But it is funny. So practice makes perfect. You have to just keep drinking and then you'll get there. So.
Man, lovely. Anthony, it sounds, again, the stories are tied, but how long have you been doing whiskey things?
Yeah, same as Jeremiah said. I mean, we've been doing this. I mean, we've been pretty close friends for 10 years, but we also went to middle school together. We knew each other, and then high school together. And then we really got close after high school, which was pretty cool. And we just connected because we love the same things, right? Like he said. So we always love to go to fine dining restaurants. We'd love to try different cocktails out. And because we were hanging out so much during COVID, there was nothing to do. So we went to the liquor stores. And this whole new world opened up. At first, it was just meant to be just a one night of doing like a fun little whiskey flight. Like we were gonna maybe just do, watch a movie on Netflix. Because remember, at that time, like all you could do was find out what was out on Netflix that week. And then we just fell in love with it. I remember I think we bought like 4 $20 bottles, and we were like, this is interesting. I didn't know whiskey could taste different. I thought they all tasted the same, and it was either this is smooth or this is not smooth. So that was really fun. And I don't think I've ever had a hobby. I've always been into like sports. I've always been into like working out, I guess. But I never had a hobby that involved like collecting or searching for things. And I never really understood it. And then whiskey taught me why it's so fun. It is like the Pokemon for adults,
Oh,
so,
facts.
and that's what it was. Like that first week we did a flight, loved it. And then we started watching YouTube videos, and on the YouTube videos, you hear people saying about, I just got this rare Eagle Rare bottle. Oh my God, you have to try this. And that just built that urge for us. And me and him are texting each other during the work week saying like, I heard this liquor store has it, this has it. And that fun just started for us. And that's like where our journey began.
That's incredible. I have a similar story. So I've always been, for as long as I can remember, a big fan of old fashions, at least for the last decade, and I remember like just trying different whiskeys with it. And one of my favorites is Basil Hayden Dark Rye Old Fashioned. Like if they have it, I'm going to do it. And it's always a banger. And I think much like y'all, I started not just a whiskey collection, but just an alcohol collection during COVID. Because I was like, well, the bars are closed, but the bar stays open 24/7. Now I'm working and drinking like a pirate and, watching. I think I ran through Sons of Anarchy in like 5 days, like the whole season, like all of it.
It's so good. It's
so fucking good. Also tie into Tyler Sheridan, who played the cop in there, you know? But yeah, and one of my favorite whiskeys that I tried, and I would usually do it on the rocks. I was neat is a really newer thing, I'd say in the last year, but I would always do it on the rocks. And one of my favorites, they don't make it anymore. You guys may remember this. And Jeremiah, you still may have a bottle of this. And if you do, I'm gonna need a little pour next time I see you. Basil Hayden Caribbean Rum Cask, the blue label that they don't make anymore. It's not available. I've not seen it since the COVID days. But that was one of my favorites. And knowing that, like, I was like, dude, like I at least know what good whiskey tastes like. I mean, I had a collection of Basil Hayden. I was a Basil Hayden fan. I don't know. I haven't returned to it since, but the 10-year tasted like asshole. Like, it just tastes like trash comparative to just like, if you poured me that one in a normal Basil Hayden, I'd probably pick the normal Basil. But let's do a blind taste. Let's cut to a clip of me doing a blind taste.
Oh, but why?
Why what?
It's horrible.
But I have been into it, and I think for a lot of people that is a shared experience, right? Like, what are you doing during the Rona? You chilling? You drinking? That what we doing? That's how it goes. So I love that, and everybody out there, let me know your story of how maybe you got into whiskey. Was it during that time, the crazy time that we were all living in? I don't know, but if you were drinking like a pirate, it might have been that time for you. Boys, I invited y'all on though for a reason. I love that you shared your story. But before we get into the movie, we've got to have a whiskey with this movie. What is the whiskey pick you picked for Wind River?
We went with the Stranahan's, the single malt. So it's an American single malt, and they're like one of the original people to do this. We did it because of the mountains.
I love it. I love that.
Yep.
I also have a fresh bottle here. I don't even know how to open.
Well, that's one of the coolest things about this bottle is that it comes with this shot glass measurer thingy.
You could just twist. I think you'll twist that a little bit, and it'll pop off.
Like, how cool is that? And
I'm
also,
a professional. I promise.
they're owned by the same brand that also owns Tin Cup, which also comes with a shot glass as well.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah.
This thing's not opening. This is not good.
You're twisting the cup, right? First.
I'm turning it. This is.
That's actually funny because I think me and my girlfriend, we had to shoot a video for them, and I think we got into an argument about opening it. So we're on the same page.
Right. I love it. I love the struggle. The struggle is actually real, as the kids say.
Well, actually, there's this bottle that's been hitting stores more and more, and I'm sure you'll be able to get one. I saw Specs just did a special drop, and it's called Rare Character.
Oh, dude, those are so hard to open. Like, why? Why?
It's so hard that I actually tried twice and I didn't do it. I moved on to a different whiskey. I'm really like frustrated with the brand. I'm like, I don't think I'll buy a future bottle by you.
Shout outs to was it Andrew from Average Whiskey? Like, he's got the video where they're burning the knives, getting the knives hot, and it's kind of a really smart, innovative thing to do with it. We finally got this open. I promise you, I'm a legit drinker out there. I at least I think so. But there, funny enough, there was a guy. I think it's Texas bourbon enthusiast. He's out in New Braunfels, or maybe he lives here. I don't know. But he is partnered with somebody, and they have it's like a knife, but it's a weird knife, and it cuts through the wax. Like, it's like distinctly made for wax bottles. So it's it's in wood. It has a little wood engraving. So if you imagine like one side is wood, one side is just the knife, and so you can just sort of edge out the wax. And I'm like, that is but the fact that you need an innovation to open a bottle, like,
you need a tool.
What are we doing? Yeah. What are we doing?
Exactly. That's a great point. But it's funny. Some enthusiasts will like that. They're like, great, now I got to get the knife.
Also, Rare Character, just sell that with your bottle for the price that you're selling.
Yeah.
Just sell that with your bottle, please.
Exactly. And then they're another one talking about high proofs off camera. We were talking about how some can be too high proof, and a lot of enthusiasts love high proof. And Rare Character is one of those where you're like, you got to take it slow or add water because some.
Yeah, you're gonna die. You're gonna die.
You're gonna die. You're gonna actually die.
And that would be a good murder mystery.
Let's cut to a clip of that right now.
Oh shit!
All right, let's
proof.
The proof killed me. Yeah, and we've got proof. Let's check out what this bottle popping is going to do. We pop in bottles like all the rappers say, right? Let's check it out.
Oh, can I get a repop?
Girl,
Oh,
let's go. That was weak, bro. Don't do that.
no,
again.
it's because I don't have the mic. It's the mic. It wasn't. It's the mic.
I feel like you say that a lot. You're like, it's just a mic. It's not.
It's just Anybody watching, that was a sound effect that he added in.
Well, fuck it. We'll do it live. We'll cut the post. All right. We've got this bottle. I'm very excited for this. I've never had strain of hands ever. Let's nose this bad boy, though. Let's check this out. Let's see what we're doing.
I think it's important to say that this is not a bourbon.
No.
This is an American whiskey. It's a single malt, which I guess, can you consider it American whiskey, Jeremiah, technically?
Yeah,
I found
sure.
it in the American whiskey selection
it
over
is
at
an
Total
American
Wine.
whiskey.
I will say too, the price point for this I think was $48.99, so a little bit above 45. But I want to say this too, for people out there, it could be different price for you. You know, it could be a little bit lower, it could be a little bit higher. We allow, I will say very much so, within a $5 range, definitely allowable for this, like a particular whiskey of this price point. So if you find it out there and it may be 43, maybe somebody finds it out there, it's 51. It fluctuates. Like there's nothing we can do about that, but it should be somewhere around that range and close to that $45 price point. Off the nose though, super duper malty, like in the best of ways too. Like what I love when I drink a scotch, I don't like the peat, but I do like the malt. I will say that.
And this is 100% malt.
Oh, it's malty and brown sugary at the same time. Like, and that's nice. That's nice on the nose right there. I'm not getting much else. Maybe like a date, like a dried fruit smell to it.
I know. I messed up because I sipped it already, and I think it's influencing my nose. So I'm not going to say anything.
Well, that's okay. And everybody out there too, you will have your own experiences with how this smells to you. I learned that very early on in Whiskey and a Mystery. Nobody should influence what you smell or what you taste. So just know that out there. There's not a wrong way to do this. Let's all indulge together, though. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's a lot going on. That is a lot going on right there. The maltiness, there's like a dark chocolate, like a caramel. There's some definitely that dried fruitness. There's a light grassy note too, like fresh cut grass sort of in there as well. Man, that is really, really, and I know that I say that I like the smell of malt whiskey. I don't usually like malted whiskey. I don't buy that normally. But this is really, really, really good, actually. This is really good.
I keep falling back. I don't know, is it apricot or apricot? I keep falling back to that, and it keeps hitting me in the mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever
plum.
tried. Yeah, you plum. Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about like some pruniness action going on. You know,
There's a slight like marshmallowy cereal. I almost get like a Rice Krispie.
Rice Krispie. I was just gonna say that. Yeah,
tiny littlest bit. Like it'll just like whisper right by.
It's the grain and sweetness, like right in there.
Yeah, those two together. That's a good point.
That is really, really good. What else? What
Yeah.
else?
So have you guys had other American single malt? Not much.
I don't have too much experience. I mean, a lot of what is behind me, a lot of my collection primarily is bourbon. I do have a few ryes, you know. But let's cut to the point. What are we looking for? What are we talking about here?
Well, this is like one of the OGs of that.
Really?
They've been doing it for a while, yeah. And on their tags, they say the most awarded American single malt, which I think is kind of an interesting claim. But the difference between like a Scotch single malt and an American single malt is the new charred oak barrels. So it is a little bit different than, they're reusing the bourbon barrels. With American single malt, they're using new charred oak, but the same mash bill as Scotch would, so 100% malted barley. So it is a unique category, and it's been catching on. Like even with the new Jack Daniel's American Single Malt, and there's a lot of companies releasing this expression, so it's interesting to see.
Another
It
one is
is.
Balcones too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
Balcones says a lot of that. Yep.
Yeah.
They're doing. Everybody's doing it. They're doing, and that's what I keep hearing. What great malted. What a great malted whiskey. I do. I do really like this bottle. I told Anthony, I said, I'm like, this bottle's the packaging on this bottle, like it looks like a normal bottle, but on one side it's flat.
Yeah.
And then it
I actually had to check it. I was like, wait, did I do something to this?
It's so cool.
It is really, and then it comes with this damn little shooter glass that everybody's not going to use for this because you're going to overfill it. Like for sure, I don't need this. Like, but I'm going to keep it and I'm going to use it for something. Like it won't be for this, but it'll be for, because I'm going to need more than what that thing's offering me right now. And I love the mountain inspiration. Is that why you said you picked it, right? The mountain, the snow is from Colorado, very much reminiscent of what we're getting in this movie already, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was still like warming in a way with that chocolatey note as well. So it did remind me of the movie that way as well. Like you need to warm up because it was going to be cold out there.
And also not too crazy on proof, so that if you're sipping it with this movie, you're going to at least remember the end, you know?
Yep.
And how could you not remember the end? We'll get to that in just a second, but like, she's Louise, like what a crazy movie, what a crazy whiskey, and what a great whiskey. This is definitely out there. People out there, if you're curious about it, Nerd Detective approved. This is Money Blakeweather approved. Go get you one right meow. Boys, enough about whiskey. Let's get into this movie real quick. And I want some initial thoughts though. Let me start with you, Anthony. When did you watch this, and also what was it like on the rewatch of this?
Oh man, so I've always been a movie enthusiast actually, and
Yeah.
I funny enough, I had a movie Instagram way back in the day.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yes,
No,
I
you
did,
didn't.
and it's funny because back then, like I thought 1,300, followers
was the shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember I stopped doing it, and I even went back like 3 years later, and there was like 10 comments of people being like, "Where'd you go? We miss your reviews, all this stuff." And I was like,
dude,
"Dang, maybe I should have stuck with it." But I didn't know social media back then.
let's talk afterwards. Let's make this happen. Actually,
100%, because I still I will say, like I as people know, we do the Whiskey Boys, and I have another page called the ATX Drinker where I do cocktails. But when me and my girlfriend go to the movie theater, it's like I'm back in my home place, and I'm like, I can do this till I'm 80. There's something special about
I
that.
love it.
So just love movies. And going back to this movie, I remember it was one of the ones that I didn't see in the theaters, and I don't even think I don't know if it was in theaters. And I remember just like looking up the latest ones out on streaming or something like that, and then this popped up that it got really high reviews. And I'm a huge Marvel guy. I love the Marvel movies.
Me too. Me too. This is a Marvel reunion. Like we have Scarlet Witch, Hawkeye, and the Punisher in one movie. What are we doing?
Amazing.
What are we doing?
How cool is that? So I'm like, just because of like those movies, I became huge fans of Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen. I mean,
let's have a different podcast about that.
Yeah,
in and of itself.
She's incredible. I just love her. So like that drew me in. I love just like murder mysteries, like you said. Also, another big thing that drew me into this movie was I'm actually 25% Native American. My grandma was 100% Cherokee Indian. I have like tattoos all over my body. Very proud of that. So
Let's
there's
cut to a
obviously
clip of your body real quick. Let's cut to a clip. Oh, that's great. That's great. I love it when people get to watch a movie and experience it in a unique way. That like a lot of people not gonna be able to relate to that, and that's fine. Everybody has a different experience with it, and I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah, you ever see that? Like I'm noticing, like the older people get, and I'm sure Jeremiah relates to this. Like he might have watched something when he was 21, but now he's a dad with 2 kids, and now he'll just watch a movie and start like tearing up, and he's like, I wouldn't have done that 10 years ago, and it's because we like relate to movies differently throughout time.
I will say, as a proud father, when you hear about the things that go on in this movie and you see the dad, also shout out to the dude that played the dad. He's in Yellowstone. He plays the guess the president of the reservation or
Yeah,
the
the
casino,
tribal,
whatever. Yeah,
Wait,
the
wait,
tribal
wait, wait,
leader.
wait, 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 wait.
Oh,
Twilight. He's from Twilight. Get
He's
it
also
right.
in Twilight. Oh shit! Let's cut to a clip of Twilight right now with him.
Bella?
I need to see him.
He's not in.
We saw that, but I didn't put one and two together. But I remember him from Yellowstone very distinctly. But those scenes with him grieving, as somebody that is a proud proponent too of therapy, I as a father and as somebody that goes to therapy, some of the most touching scenes of the movie. And I think you're absolutely right. As if I wasn't a parent, I don't think I would have emoted the way that I did during that scene. Like, definitely I didn't cry, but definitely somebody's cutting onions, and I live by myself, so it's like, who's cutting onion? Yeah, who shit my pants? Who shit my pants? You know what I mean? Like, it was just me. But yeah, it was definitely, there's definitely some touching moments, and I think you can solely experience that based on your own experience being a parent. Jeremiah, let me know from you, man. What was your first experience, and what was the revisit like?
It's so funny that my first experience was watching it through Anthony's eyes. We both watched this together for the first time back at his place. I distinctly remember that a few years ago when it was like first coming out.
Okay.
And then I rewatched it. I had just, turned on Netflix, and he texted me, I'm starting to watch the movie, and I was like 3 minutes into the movie, so we watched it at the same time again, without even being at the same place.
When are you guys getting married? I just want to know this.
Yeah.
When's the wedding? Let me be invited. Let me be invited. I'll podcast.
We go on. We're on bro dates all the time.
I know. Looking at each other over the candlelight.
Fucking hilarious.
What's up, bro?
How's your dinner, babe? Is it good?
Let's cut to a clip.
Just us kissing.
Yeah. We can't show that. We can't do that right now. So you got to watch it recently with him Thursday evening. He was watching it. He tagged me in, and I was like, I need to do I watched it. Well, I'll tell my story, but go ahead. Continue, Jeremiah.
So yeah, rewatching that, and then being familiar with Yellowstone and seeing all the characters was really fun. The writing, just like Taylor Wood, with some craziness in there. But yeah, I really did enjoy it again. It actually felt shorter than I remembered.
Yeah.
I thought it just like whoa, we're already over. I thought I remembered more scenes and things like that. So
because it felt slow at first until you realize how good the movie is, but then once you realize after watching it, okay, this is a great movie, then you're just like all in, if that makes sense.
It reminds me of a TV show, right? Like a season of Yellowstone, where it's like there's 3 episodes of build, and then at the end of episode 3 going into episode 4, you're like, oh shit, like this thing just happened.
Yeah,
it's like a 10 episode season, but it's in a movie. Like, I will say too, I did feel like the lengthiness. I was like, where the fuck are we going with this? Not that I'm upset, but just like, where are we going with this? Based on the trailer, where are we going? And then there's a certain moments, and you're like, okay, all right. I'm vested. I am very vested right now. Let's go to the bank with this.
It's fantastic, and when you rewatch it, the writing is so good because every character, there's a reason for who they are. Like, there's at least one scene to say, okay, Jeremy Renner is tough and rugged. Oh, because of what he went through, and then they show the parents, and then they're dealing with it. You know what I mean? And there's just so much in the buildup of the fact that Elizabeth Olsen, who's the FBI agent, is in territory where she's kind of not protected. Like, even though she's has authority over them, she still can't get help. So you have like this worry over her the whole time of like, what is she gonna do? She's by herself.
Yeah, that's man, that's a great capture right there, I think, of the movie. And I really, I didn't think about it till just now you said it. There is a certain you have concerns. Like, there's definitely, you're watching it, you're like, but I know you good, but are you good?
Yeah.
But like, are you good? Like, we need to make sure you're good. Like, we say out there, put it on a bumper sticker, protect Elizabeth Olsen, please. Let's protect her.
I'll do it. I'll take care of that. I'll take care of that. Sure.
I was gonna say, this is gonna sound pretty corny, but I felt like the season of coldness and the snow and all that kind of stuff also translated to the coldness in relationships. So
Ooh.
they were alone in the tribe on the reservation. There was a lot of loneliness, and even within that family, the brother, with the drugs and everything, there was a lot of like separation,
Yeah.
and it felt like a lot of loneliness, and it was also felt tied to that environment
Mhm.
of cold and those kind of things.
I
Great point.
also really like too in this movie that the two main characters, they don't hook up. I love
Yeah,
that. I love that because we're expecting it at any
it
moment. Like,
felt like it was going to. Yeah,
yeah, it did feel like. I mean, we've all been there. Right? You go back on a date. Homegirl comes over, and you're like, "Ooh, what's
And
going on?"
we're not talking about spoilers, or we are.
Spoilers right now, everybody. If you don't want spoilers, go to the end of this. Spoilers right now. We're spoiling. Let's go.
I was just wondering, but so he was with. I'm trying to remember. So he lost his kid too, right? Jeremy
Yeah, he
Renner.
lost a daughter. Yeah.
But he was no longer with his
His child's
wife.
mother, much like me.
Okay, so they broke.
I felt that. Like as somebody that's not with his
Oof.
child's mother, I felt that, and the emotions and stuff like there, like where there's respect, but there's also like some distance. Like when
Yeah.
she's like about to cry, about this thing, and he's just like, okay, I'll see you later. It's like, bro, what the fuck? And then I was like, fuck, like I have been that guy before. So
Yup.
ooh,
And
that's
then
not good. That's not good.
literally, and then I don't want to jump ahead too much, but like just diving into Jeremy Renner a little bit. I'm a sucker for badass characters. Like my favorite actor in the world is Tom Hardy, and
Love it. Love it.
he gave me those Tom Hardy vibes in the movie, where there's just like this stone coldness to him, where he's been through some shit, and he says a scene to the father who lost his daughter, and he's like, well, like, what are you doing about it or something? And he's like, well, oh, he goes, are you just driving this girl around? And he goes, no, that's not what I'm doing. He's like, I'm a hunter. What do you think I'm doing? And I'm like, oh, so badass.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. He's like, no, he's trying to find out who did this. He's gonna kill him.
I love that. And there's so many moments like that in the movie where you're like, you might as well be Clint Eastwood at this point. Like you just got some badass lines.
Yeah.
Is what you're doing. My first experience with this movie, and I'm really also gonna say this off bat. I'm just gonna say this off bat. Fuck you for picking this movie and making me feel emotions. I usually like a good fun murder mystery. Fuck you, Anthony, and I love you, and I love you for it
Well-
because I enjoyed this movie too entirely much. I watched it for the first time last night, and I was like, I don't know why I have never seen this movie, and I don't know how it went under the radar, but it is a very much a beloved movie, very highly acclaimed. The reviewers on YouTube loved this movie when it came out. It was released in theaters, but it was like one of those ones that like
Limited.
it flies
release.
under, yeah, it kind of flies under the radar, and then you're like, oh, but it finds a home. I think on stream, we would call. I think we're all the same age. We would call it found a home on DVD or video release. At
Yeah.
Blockbuster. This is one of the ones that found a home as soon as it hit streaming. People were like, Did you see this movie? Did you watch this movie? Have you seen Hawkeye be a fucking amazing character? Have you guys seen this? That's literally what this was.
I feel that way.
Yeah. And so I'm very happy that you picked this off of the list. And again, I'll repeat the sentiment I said earlier. It's not a murder mystery per se, like in the way that I do murder mysteries, where I can find clues. I know, and there's a few segments of things. Let's just isolate them. Murder mysteries. Act 1, you meet the killer. Act 1, 2, 3. You're finding clues until we get to act 3 about who the killer is. Like that's how murder mysteries work. That is just distinctly how they work. This is not that. Much like I Know What You Did Last Summer is not that. You don't meet the killer until the very end. You are given clues, but you never see this guy. You don't know who he is. You're never introduced to him. You don't have a clue. And much in the same way this is not a murder mystery. This is a mystery with a murder. And I'm not mad at that. Like, that doesn't mean I don't like it. I absolutely love this movie. Much like The Nice Guys, right? You figure out who the killers are in Act 2, and then the rest of it is spent like, how do we catch them, right? So just that segment though, I love that you picked this, because now this opens the door for so many other movies that are not just distinctly detective whodunits. This is now, we can do mysteries and you don't have to know who the killer is, and you can still have a good time with this. The writing, the directing, the editing. I think the editing is incredible. Like, it's incredible. Some of the shots that they have and the way that it collabs together from scene to scene to scene. There's never a thing where you're like, what the fuck, dude? How do we just get here? No. Everything makes sense.
Yep.
So all that to say, absolutely adore and hate that you picked this movie. But let's get right into it. We've been dancing around it. The kids call it beating around the bush. We've been beating around the bush. Give me some highs though from this movie. Jeremiah, let's start with you since we started with Anthony on the last one. Give me some highs.
I mean, I love action. So once they started getting going with like the trailer, when they were going after a suspect in the trailer and they get sprayed and
dog, that's a wild scene, dude. It's hilarious too. I laughed.
That it kept you in because it was going slow. Like we were just trying to find out characters, what's going on here, and then you see that, you're like, okay, now we got some action here. And then that's where I felt like it got very dark. Like now you're starting to see that really dark, line all throughout the throughout the movie. So that'll continue. And then, we have the other scenes, and it's funny, I'm looking at the poster behind here, and that's like the perfect scene of what's going on there. But Anthony, you want to take over?
Yeah, I mean, I think about like the greatest scenes in movies of all time, and I don't want to overhype it, but like I only remembered one scene before rewatching it, and that was them walking up to the trailer, and I got chills. I literally I'm getting chills right now. I can't believe it. Jeez. Literally, just the cop going. Can I curse on here?
Yeah, you can say fuck, shit, damn. Earmuffs. Like, everybody out there, earmuffs. Yeah.
Okay. He's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And you could just tell, oh shit, like these guys are surrounding them. Yes. And that's like one of the best scenes.
Like,
they're in trouble.
Yeah.
That's like one of the best scenes I've ever seen in a movie, because at that time the movie slowly built up, and when you watch it for the first time, it does feel a little slow in the first like half. And then that's the part where you realize, oh no, this is like building up to a big point.
Yeah. There's a crescendo. There's a crescendo moment when all the cops are there, and like one's, you're flanking me, and she's like, let's calm the fuck down. I am the authority here, and we all need to shut the fuck up. Like that's what we have to do right now. We have to, and it crescendos into this moment that goes into the flashback, like that whole scene when they go and then they go
knock on the door.
Oh my gosh,
that was a really nice touch.
You see John Barenthal, and you're like, oh, what? What is happening? What is happening right now? Like this is crazy. I love that you called out that moment. It's the intensity level. It goes to 11, like literally goes to 11. And again, this reminds me, when I saw this, I was like, this feels vaguely familiar of something I've seen. And then when I didn't pay attention in the beginning, but when I saw the end, the director was Tyler Sheridan. I was like, this absolutely feels like a big, long episode of Yellowstone. This is what happens. Like it has these dramatic moments. It's the build, and you're like, where's this fuck? I'm here, but like, where is this going? And then it goes into this moment, and you're like, what just happened? Like, what am I witnessing? The intensity level is turned up. I mean, in the first episode of Yellowstone, the brother died. Like one of the sons dies, and you're like, we're killing people. This is we're Game of Thronesing it already. You know what I mean? Like, this is wild. He did a tremendous job. I think in the intensity moments where that happens, with the moment that Jeremiah is talking about with the mace, and they're at the crack house, right? We'll call it crack. I don't know what drug they're doing, but we'll call it they're at the crack house. This moment where they're at the trailer, and it's actually playing out right now. I'm watching it, and they cut to John Barenthal with Homegirl, in the flashback. But like, there's moments in here where you're like, this is the payoff, incredible, like incredible payoff. Really love that. I want to echo something that we've said as a high. The casting of this movie, incredible. Like, what are we doing? This is great. Everybody that they got, I want to see them. I want to know what else they're doing.
Yeah.
as actors. I just want to follow them, and hopefully it's as good as this. Hopefully, whatever but the writing, whatever was going on, this really brought out the best of everybody in every scene. I think
100% agree.
Let's cut to a clip.
Present the assault, and
Those don't fall to the jurisdiction of the FBI. They fall to the Bureau of Indian Affairs.
Hey, don't look at me. I'm used to no help.
There it is. Now, I don't know what clip we cut to, but it was a good one. It was a very good one.
I want to cut to John's his Punisher like grunt in the when he was fighting, you know, the guys. And I was like, there it is. Like he did that same Punisher. Oh, you know, like his roar. And
funny
stuff.
enough, Jeremiah, that was the clip that we cut to. Funny enough, that's the clip. That's the clip we used. Actually, that was an intense scene, and in all the ways too.
Yeah, that was really
fighting.
rough, yeah.
She's getting. We can't say the word anymore, but she's getting assaulted. We'll call that. Yeah. It left me breathless. I was like, what the fuck are we? But it makes sense in the movie. It's not needless. It is very much like necessity to see that, to understand the context of like what drives a person to run 6 miles in the snow and collapse from lungs blasting, essentially. Like your lungs are blasted. Like that's literally what happened.
I actually don't do well with like the assault stuff when it comes to women. I don't know why. I just hate it. I just feel like they're so maybe because it's a character that's so helpless, right?
Yeah.
And I'm so strong, you know what I mean? Oh, made it a joke. Couldn't take it seriously.
I see you lifting all the time. You lifting a lot of, a lot of weights.
But literally in that scene, I stood up because I knew it was coming, and I had to walk to the kitchen. I was like looking for. I'm like, maybe I'll get some more iced tea. I'll do something else, and then my girlfriend's watching, and I'm like peeking my head back over, and I had to like skip the scene a little bit before jumping back in because it is so brutal and dark.
But it's needed, right? You would agree it's needed in the movie. It's not like just like, oh, this is some, whatever. We're having a slasher. We're having a fun moment, and we could do without. No, you can't. For the context of the movie, you can't not have that scene.
Yep,
to
and I don't
what they're saying.
Yep, and literally to also have the special ending that it had. Because I'm also wanted to tie that in, going back to like the Tom Hardy thing, how much I love John Wick, all these other tough guy movies. What makes them also so special is revenge movies. And in today's day and world, we don't get a lot of like people don't get what they deserve sometimes. And not that I'm saying like, the Joker out there needs to go give these people what they deserve. But I'm just saying like it felt very fulfilling. Yeah. That there was a revenge ending in this. The guy that did something that was so dark. And I also like that the guy who did something that's so dark, there's never an excuse to do something like that. But it was very fulfilling to see his story. He's like, look, this is what we're dealing with. Imagine men just getting drunk in a dark and cold place at bars, coming home with the men. There's obviously going to be built up anger. There's going to be built up other things. And Jeremy Renner to just do it in such a beautiful way was fantastic.
He did the thing he said he was going to do. He said, go get him. He's like, I hunt predators. Well, he did. He did by the end, What a great Jeremiah, give me another high, man. What else are we doing?
Part of that ending, absolutely. And especially with like how he seems so evil, but then died so weak, where you saw that she ran so far and he can only make it this far. It was like the perfect, showing how strong she really was and how weak he really is. I love that just juxtaposition of those two.
When you see that moment play out, you're like, you little bitch.
I'm crying. Where are my boots?
Now run it, man. Run it right now. Go ahead and do it. I love that he said, I'm going to give you the same chance you gave her. I'm going to give you the same chance you gave Natalie. And you're like, what the, like, it makes sense, but you're like, what the fuck, bro? Like that absolutely. You get the comeuppance. I don't want to say you love to see human brutality, but you love to see a good revenge. Like you're saying, Anthony, you're getting it. You're going to get it because you're a bad guy. When bad guys get it.
You get what you deserve, Murray.
Yeah. Exactly that. That's a great point. Anthony, give me another high, man.
No, so that was it for me. It just like it sealed the deal for it being one of the best movies I've seen. Like going back, like I said, the John Wick, they kill his dog, and then he goes on a rampage. And that's how I feel about women. I know we live in a political world nowadays where everybody's equal, but to me, I still believe a man needs to step up and protect women. So that's why I think I get so frustrated at things like this that were in the movie. So to see Jeremy Renner step up and be like, I'm gonna take care of it, that just sealed the deal. And then now that watching it twice, to me, this definitely goes down. I'm not going to say like top 10 or anything, but it's going to be probably in the top 100 movies I've ever seen.
Oh, it's definitely in that list. It has to be. And I think too that it's just the amalgamation of like the editing, the cinematography, the writing, the character picking, the character building, the story building. Like it's this whole entire thing that again, I'm going to use the word crescendo. Like much like Pee Wee Herman's house, you guys can drink anytime you hear that word. Go ahead and drink right now. You guys are probably drunk already, but it crescendos into this amazing moment when I just saw it right now when Elizabeth Olsen gets shot with a shotgun through the door. That whole scene when it plays out, you're like, fuck, like, bro, everybody's shooting everybody. The cops are shooting the other cops. This person's shooting that person. The snipers, homeboys shooting. Like, it's insane. Like, it's brutal. It's insane. And it all makes sense. Like, it's not needless. It all happens.
It all makes
I was even
sense.
thinking about like he was hunting the lion because that was the predator that went after some cattle, and he was the wildlife person or whatever. So he's hunting this lion all along the way, and he finally sees them, and he turns his attention to the tracks, and those are the real predators over there, those human ones. So he leaves them alone. They get another chance, and he's going to go after like the real
predators
when he calls them on the radio and everything. So I like that scene there too.
There's so many little moments like that even the one where where homegirl walks in and the mom's cutting herself. I have a friend who is a former cutter, and as a friend who's concerned about people's mental health, and I'm a huge mental health advocate myself as somebody that goes to therapy, you hate to see that happen in real life. And when I saw that, I was just like, oh my God, dude, like the amount of trauma that is actualized in this movie, that is experienced in this movie, whether it's the mom, whether it's the dad, when they close the door and Jeremy Renner's outside and the dad just wails, and you're like, oh my goodness. Whether it's and Jeremy Renner when he finds the body and he doesn't even have the words, he's just breathless. He's breathless, and you're like, you're not crying, but you are emoting, and it's I think a lot of people would expect a crying moment or a saddening moment. When he's breathless, I think that says everything it needs to say in that moment. He doesn't even know what to experience, and because he knows who is dead. Like, he knows this person. So I think that this movie does an incredible job about pulling emotions out of you as an audience member. And I don't know a lot of movies that can do that. I mean, I get it. Like and the best movies that can do it are the ones that I think, to your point, Anthony, deserve to be in top 100, deserve to be in the top 50. When you start talking about movies making an audience experience something, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
You,
Jeremiah,
you walk away from it feeling it.
Yeah, no, fact. The fact that you have to walk away from the scene and you're like, I'm watching this movie for homework, but also I can't watch the scene. We're doing something right. We're doing something. They're doing the right thing by that.
It's funny. I did forget after the first time watching it that John Berthal was a good guy. I was like, oh, he's part of it. I couldn't remember that. And then the fact that I was like, yes, that just like adds to John Berthal being awesome.
He's like, go.
Yeah. Fucking Punisher's punishing. Jeremiah, anything else? Any other highs? Before we get to the lows, any other highs?
Yeah.
All right,
that was
Jeremiah,
everything.
give me some lows about this movie. If there's any, like I was thinking about this. I was like, we're going to do highs and lows, but like, what are some lows? Are there any lows? Let's go into this. That might be
I mean, lows, I would say a little bit of the pacing in the beginning. So
That's
just
fair. That's
hanging
very
in there,
fair.
just hanging in there to be rewarded at the end. I think it's that it was a little tough sometimes, but
Yeah.
especially when your wife falls asleep for every single movie that you watch. The first.
Let's cut to a clip of your wife falling asleep. We actually don't have a clip, but you know what? We'll figure it out. We'll do something. Yeah, I can get the pacing. I think, again, it goes back to just Yellowstone in and of itself. I think there are episodes that are sleeper episodes where you're like, bro, there's everything happened and nothing happened at the same time.
Right. Yeah.
But you need that. You need all that. Like without the setup, without
Correct.
finding the body, without none of the rest of this adds up to anything, unfortunately. So yeah, fair point. Anthony, give me a little bit of a low. What you doing? What you talking about?
I'm not gonna hit it from like a movie critic aspect. I'm gonna more look at it as just like a movie viewer, a regular movie viewer.
Yeah.
So for me, going back to like how we've changed throughout time, I used to love like slasher films when I was young. I used to love horror movies, and now I still watch them from time to time. But I've noticed that like the world is so challenging and dark that when I watch a movie, I want to escape and I want to feel good.
Mm-hmm.
So my only low is like, you don't watch this movie if you're looking for a feel good movie, And I prefer like 90% of the movies I watch, I want to be either like superhero movies or fun murder mysteries.
Feel good
or like
movies,
like,
yeah.
Yeah. This one definitely fits that category of like, there's no good feeling in this movie at all, unless you just like a revenge movie. But it's very dark.
It ends on such a downer.
Yeah.
Like completely ends on such a downer. That's I'll tag along with your low, but in the best of ways, like a Empire Strikes Back ways. You're like, God damn it, dude. Like, when are they gonna win? When are they gonna win?
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're ever gonna win.
Yeah.
You know, it ends on such a morality low. Like I watched it last night. Luckily it was the end of the day, but had I watched the movie anytime earlier, I'd have been like, don't text me.
I'm not going out.
Yeah. Do you guys understand? I would have been like, God, I just read this stat. Do you guys understand? Like Native American women, they're not looking for them. What are we doing about this? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? We all stop recycling. Let's help these folks. What are we doing? We're not doing anything.
And then, my girlfriend is like, can you make love to me tonight? And I was like, I can't tonight. I just can't do it tonight. I'm sorry. Sorry.
We don't have a clip of that, but if we could, everybody think about that. But I could completely get it. You're like, listen, peepees cannot get hard. We can't do this right now. This is not the movie to do that.
No,
this is
not at all.
This is not Hangover. This is not Old School. We don't have a happy ending. We're not doing that. It ends on such a low, and it's just a bummer. Like, it's a very much of a bummer. And you're like, fuck, man. The fact that this isn't a real story, but it's inspired by the events that create this. Jesus Christ, dude. Like, I don't have the words, and I don't even know if Taylor Sheridan didn't have the words. He created a movie just to highlight a point of like, things like this happen and none of y'all care. We don't care. And that's problematic. And we need to talk about let's just talk about it. When art creates a point where something is, we need to talk about it, art's done its job.
Yep. That's why it's there.
I just went from low to high, but
yeah.
Jeremiah, give me another low. Let's go back to low. I'm doing too much with it. They need to pay me to promote this movie. Basically, at this point, give me a low though. Give me something that's not.
It's cold and dark. I want sunshine. I don't like snow and. I don't know what other low.
No, I was gonna 100% agree, because when we were thinking about the lows, I couldn't find anything, and that shows how good the movie is. Like, when you think about your favorite movies, yeah, sure, it might not be one of my favorite movies because it's so dark, but when I think about it from like a critic standpoint, it's hard to find a problem.
Sure.
That's a low. So a low, I think we're all agreeing. A low is we can't find a low. Like, that's a bad.
Yeah, give us more lows. Come on.
It's like interview for a job. Like one of my weaknesses is I work too hard.
You're like, yeah. One of my weaknesses is I'm Mexican and I work really, really hard, and I'm genetically designed to work really hard. So I guess that's a low, I don't know.
Yeah, you guys are gonna close and want me to go home, but I'm gonna want to stay and keep
But
working.
I keep working. That's what I keep doing. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Let's go with mids. I think we could do a one mid. Let's just all go around one mid before we go to MVP. Something that's like not stand out, something that's not low, but you're like, yeah, all right. I'm glad they did this, but I could have done.
I'll say the cutting scene. I was like, they saw her cutting herself, but then nobody rushed to like.
Nobody
help
stopped her. Yeah.
They were
What
just
the
like,
fuck are we doing?
Yeah, I'm like, why would the husband not at least go in there or like she say something? She just walked out, and I was like, that's a little odd.
And he just screams her name. He's like, Katie, stop that. And you're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, bro? Like, go help her.
Yeah, that
Right
felt like
now.
weird. That felt like bad writing on that. That's the only part that I was confused at.
Fucking very mid. Yeah, I love that.
The son, the little boy that he had. What was that all about? Like he took.
Where
him
was he
along
the
and
rest
then
of the movie?
he
Yeah,
just disappeared. So, yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know if that just helped to introduce the wife or the ex and that relationship, but yeah, it was kind of like, where is this little boy?
You're right. I wanted him. I was like, where's he throughout this? You just got rid of him. I'm like, if I have a son, like if I'm doing shit, like he's gonna be around whether he likes it or not. Like we've got to investigate who's going on.
Yeah.
Like he's with me. Like that's what we're doing. Yeah. What a weird thing to do. I say one of my mids about this probably just pacing. Like there was a lot of lull. Lull lull. There was lull in this movie that I don't appreciate. And that's the thing I don't like about Yellowstone. I don't like the lull moments.
I'm the same.
There's a way to do this, and there's a reason that this probably, I'll say this, you know what, Anthony? There's a reason this isn't in your top 50 or top 20, because it has too much lull.
Great point.
Like that has too much lull. Like it's appreciated when you rewatch it. You're like, I get it, but like there's movies that have done it better. There's movies that have done this better.
That actually made me think of another like low, and it goes back to that point that there's too much low, and then you said like it's not a murder mystery, and maybe that's it. Maybe if you could have made this movie even better, it would have been fun if we were trying to figure out who killed
the killer.
Yeah. Instead of they just handed it to us.
That's actually a horrible low. Actually, let's go to lows real quick. Yeah, I didn't. There was. I had to separate myself from this movie as somebody that does murder mysteries. I had to remove myself from being an investigator, which is, I'm the world's most okayest detective. They don't pay me by the hour, but I get paid by the YouTube video sometimes. But I had to remove myself because this was not a murder mystery. This was a mystery with a murder. And once I figured that out, I enjoyed the movie a lot more. I do think, though, it could have been a better payoff had we met early on. Here's what you do. Early on, they go to the oil rig. They go everywhere, and they meet everybody. And we meet these people. We meet Pete, right? We meet the guy who was the assailant in this case. We meet him, and we don't think anything of it until we go back to him again. But we need to meet him early on. We need to get introduced to everybody, because if we don't do that, we're treating the audience, we're treating us unfair. That's not right. You can't do that. You can't semi-sale me on that unless it's not that type of movie. And it almost wanted to be that. Just go all the way. I think if it wasn't whodunit, I would have enjoyed this. This would have probably been in my top 30 movies. I'll be quite honest. If it was a whodunit.
Or even a twist, like you think it's John the whole time, and then he ends up being,
Let's
the
go.
hero. Yeah, something like that would have been cool.
Something other than the way that it was. Not to say the way that it was bad, but just a little. Give me a little panache. Give me a little, give me a little
polish.
There it is, right there. Well, Anthony,
a little smoothness, like Stranahan single.
let's pour that up. Let's while you're talking about that, let's pour that up. Anthony Jeremiah, we've done highs, we've done lows, we've done mids, but you know what time it is. I need to know in this movie who of this movie is y'all's MVP. Jeremiah, we started with you last time. That was a plot twist right there. We're going to start with Anthony. Did you see how I did that? That's better than this movie right there. I'm talking shit.
So I mean, for me, it's going to be Jeremy Renner. It's
Yeah.
I told you I love masculine characters. I love guys that are just badasses because that's all who we want to be when we're like little kids.
Mhm.
And funny enough, I mean, I'm sure you know this, but did you see the injury that he was in?
Dude,
With the snowmobile.
why is he alive?
Or
How is he alive? This is insane. This is insane.
And this movie and then the snow and then like it all ties together. And same thing, like he was just like doing yard work with his family, and he said that he was worried about it hitting a family member, so he went to jump back in and like turn it off because he didn't want it to hit the family member, and then he ended up getting crushed underneath of it, which was wild.
So he
so yeah,
might be
just
an AI robot, is what we're thinking, right?
yeah,
That's
literally,
sort of-
he's not
that's
even
sort
the
of-
same Jeremy Renner anymore. But yeah, so to me, like, I just love him as an actor already because of Hawkeye. He was in the Bourne movies for one movie. He's been in some other stuff. So he just hit the nail on the head at the end with the revenge. I was like, that's what I wanted. So he's my biggest highlight of the movie.
He's your MVP. All right,
Yeah.
Jeremiah, give me your MVP of this movie.
I probably already alluded to this, but John Berthal, or what was his character's name? Do we remember that?
Matt, I think his name was Matt.
Matt, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's just like, how he was a little bit of a lover boy with her, and then he ended up going all the way and sacrificing himself to be able to, protect her. I think that was really awesome.
You love to see it. You love to see it. My MVP of this movie, I don't know his name, but he played the dad of the gal. He's an incredible actor. I love him in Yellowstone, but just the scenes that he's in, outside of having to pick Jeremy Renner or picking Elizabeth Olsen or even picking John Barenthal, for me, I mean, even the end when he's got the face paint, the grieving that he's going through, bro. What are we talking about? Like, this is incredible. I think he's an amazing actor. He's an amazing actor in Yellowstone. He's amazing in this movie, and I see why Tyler Sheridan pulled him into Yellowstone from this. But I think for me, show stealer, MVP. I love it. I love what's going on. We've done the MVP, y'all. Do you know what time it is? It is expert whiskey pick time. Jeremiah, for this movie, what is your expert whiskey pick for this movie?
Maybe it's probably going to be a little bit on the nose, but this is A Midwinter's Night Dram. It's by High West. And one of the things I like about it is act and scene that they put on each bottling. So Act 11 is the 11th release of this.
Right.
Scene 1 is the first. So they're going to do batches of these.
Okay.
And Scene 1, it was the first batch of the 11th version of this. I just thought about it, like, as soon as I saw the cold and, these wintry, harsh conditions, I thought about this bottle and the spice that you get on it, the warming of, that spice, and the finishing in port, and some of the interesting, notes. I think it's just complex enough, just like our script.
And Scene 1 of this, like when it started and she's reading the poem that she wrote, and you don't connect the dots until you see the poem later. All of that beginning, I love that you have a Scene 1 for it. Anthony, what do you got for us? What is your expert whiskey pick for this movie?
I feel like this one nails it.
Let's go.
I decided to go with Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon. So not only is this Garrison Brothers, but Cowboy is like their most allocated release that you can get out there.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple reasons. First off,
let's go.
Sipping the Stranahan's, that was really fun. It had a fun little, like, we thought of a tie-in, mountains. But when you drink this, you feel the movie. Like, this is a dark and gritty whiskey.
Dude, that shit fucking looks like diet. That looks like Coke. That looks like Coke.
Crazy. And the taste is like the closest thing I can match up to the movie. I think about harsh conditions. They were such tough characters because of the harsh conditions that they were in.
Yeah.
And Texas whiskey used to be pretty bad because it was sitting in harsh conditions. The barrels would be aged and
leathery, nasty, funky. Yeah.
Yep. So that ties up with the movie. And Garrison Brothers is one of the places that has slowly started to figure it out. The last especially 5 years, they put out some amazing stuff. Still Austin is another one that has figured it out.
Incredible. Let's talk about that. Yeah.
You know, but I would not choose Still Austin because they lean much more towards smoother whiskey that almost tastes like it's from Kentucky, which
Right.
most people love. So I get why they do it. But Garrison Brothers doesn't do that. They're the tough cowboy out there. And this stuff, I mean, there is leather notes. There is like dark chocolate notes. It's 140.2 proof.
I have a hazmat pick sample of this. You know what I'll do? I have a hazmat sample pick that Oak Liquor Cabinet did. I have
Get it. Get it. Because this is actually re-sipping it. It's damn good.
I'm really surprised that Anthony chose this because he's always sipping on rosé and stuff. So I'm just really surprised.
What a horrible guy. What a pansy.
What
a lot of people are saying he's not a good American. That's what I was saying before.
I was going to say something. I was going to say something to Jeremiah because we're friends and I can say it, but he chose a bottle that's not even open. He chose that's only.
I was going to open it here. I thought we were sipping it together.
I don't know. I want to see Jeremiah chug out of the bottle like this.
Leaning toward it. I've got the OLC hazmat. This is a 143 proof. So definitely hazmat. Definitely Garrison Brothers.
That's wild.
Love to have a sip with you. Let's all sip right now. Our expert whiskey picks. Yeah, I'm doing it out of here because the other one's not clean. We're not doing that. There we go. Cheers, fellas. Man, that is so fucking good. Leather, chocolate, like this is different from yours, right? Because it's a pick, but like leather chocolate, like chocolate leather. That's probably people are like, what the fuck? Chocolate leather for days, though, like in the best of ways.
Well, I want to talk about Garrison Brothers.
Let's go.
Well, first off, this one is like salted brownie to me for whatever reason. It's like sea salt and brownie. Okay. But the thing about Garrison is we were not fans when we first tried it. First off, we were still new to the high proof. It was very dark and leathery, like you said. But when I think about whiskey nowadays, there's 100,000 brands out there. They're one of the brands that can stay delicious. I mean, you have to learn to love it, but they stay delicious, but they're so unique. And if you gave it to me blind, I'm going to know it's Garrison Brothers. And I just love that they're their own thing. And they also represent Texas. Like, how many states can you say, I tried this whiskey and it represents that state?
Yeah,
like Kentucky can't do that. You know what I mean?
No,
because there's so many.
Yeah, which one? Which one? When which part? What are we talking about? That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
I will also say too, you have to learn to love it. It sounded like an arranged marriage, you know, like
it's gonna beat you down.
And then learn to love it.
It's so good.
Let's cut to a clip of Norbit.
You got a girlfriend, Nesbit? Norbit. No. Well, you do now. Get your ass up and hold my hand.
You got a girlfriend? You got one now.
If you don't know, now you know. I think these are great picks, and I absolutely love it, and I absolutely love it. I have a little bit of Garrison Brothers that is hazmat. I'm going to pour the rest of that. That's what's going to happen right there. Well, fellas, this has been an amazing episode of Whiskey and a Mystery. I want y'all to do me a favor. Take over my show and let people know where they can find you on social media, what you guys are doing. I want everybody to be able to follow you, all that good stuff. Go ahead and go. Who wants to go first?
Good, Anthony.
Yeah, so we're the Whiskey Boys. Most platforms you can spell it with an E or without an E, even though on Instagram it's without an E. The Whiskey Boys. We're just two enthusiasts. We don't take ourselves too seriously. We're very passionate about that. We would like to show people the different distilleries that are out there. So we go on trips. We like to show people the best restaurants and bars that you can go to around the country. And we review whiskeys. We pick up new ones that are out and just like trying them. Like we said, we're not pretentious. We're all about just having fun with it. So you can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and recently we've been putting out a lot on YouTube. We've been showing bourbon hunting. We've been doing vlogging. We just did Bourbon and Beyond Festival where we were in Louisville for a few days. Me and Jeremiah are going back out there again in a few weeks. We were in Palm Springs. We were in New York City. So we more wrap it around the bourbon lifestyle rather than being like a nerdy bourbon guy that just sits on his couch and gives you reviews, if that makes sense. So we're just having fun with it. Like I said, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, if you have any interest in following us.
Please go follow them. Jeremiah, what you got to say about that?
I was just going to say, it's all about the experience and, the memories that you can make, and just like experiencing this movie and, all of those emotions and things like that. I think those kind of memories around a good pour of whiskey with good friends and good company is what it's all about. So cheers.
We love it. We love it. Everybody go follow the Whiskey Boys. And if you're on social media, feel free to follow me, Money Blake, whether Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Feel free to follow Nerds at Night on Twitter. We're also on Instagram. We're also on TikTok. It's new. We just started posting. Wow, what an idea. What a great concept. Follow us on YouTube, like, comment, share, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend so we can all be friends. Everybody, thank you for tuning in, taking some time. I do appreciate everybody out there who tunes in, takes a few minutes, tunes in, has a fun time. Hopefully you found a whiskey. Comment if you have a different whiskey pick for this movie. I would love to know what that is, and I'd love to try it. In the meantime and in between time, whether it's morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time you're listening to this, I do appreciate it. And until the next case, I will see you. Peace.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.